Hi guys. Today we're going to do a few missions. Ideally, we're going to try to do maybe some duos that we didn't do yet, and possibly we could try to do some tier two solo missions. I guess I'll start with the duos, like the IF base. The IF base is the daily mission. So whenever you see the that little yellow starburst next to the mission, that's the daily mission. In short, what it means is that it will give extra marks of victory, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if it gives extra loot or not, but at least we will get a bit extra, so why not? So we're going to clear just that one mission and see if it pops, and I guess not. Okay, so while we wait for that one mission, we'll go do. Well, let's do them in order. Even though I'm very tempted to do the Gotham University first, just because it will be best to raise my combat rating. So far, I've been surprised. The missions, I didn't have to wait too long for missions yet with this character. So I'm not sure if it's because lots of people have started playing the game again or because of the new. I'm still used to saying the new DLC, but because of the new episode, I suppose. Or if maybe I was just lucky. So as you see, the enemies are level 46, so I'm pretty much asking for trouble to come in here at level 37. If I say level instead of combat rating, don't hate me too much. You guys know what I mean. Oh, well, let's use that little barrel here. As you can see right now, it's not too bad. Although these little plants are hurting me a bit, so I think I'll move over here. Usually if you can get the mobs just a few at a time, it's much easier. Because one or two mobs, it's fine. Although they do hit pretty hard. But when you end up in situations where you pull three, four, six of them at once, then you can easily get in trouble. Of course, what helps is my backup. Their combat rating is higher than mine, so that does help a bit. I won't kid myself about that. Essentially, they pretty much raised the difficulty somewhat, and pretty they pretty much made using items from the mainframe mandatory. Like if imagine if I didn't have my backups, or even worse, my white mods. Like right now I have Penetrating Strike, which allows me to ignore some of the enemy's defense. I have the Max Damage mod, which gives me 60% extra damage. So imagine if I didn't have those, I'd be in big trouble. So and so long as I can contain the enemies to just one or two at a time, I'll be fine. But of course, sometimes you try to keep things under control, and it doesn't always work as you wish. But you do your best and hope it'll work. At least when you do a solo mission, if things go wrong, well, you have no one else but you to blame. But when you play with a group, very often you'll be stuck with people who make playing those missions frustrating, at the least. Let's free our old friend here. Doesn't really matter right now, but why not? So let's get started with a little barrel here. There's plenty of barrel in this room, of barrels in this room, so there's no need to even worry about, oh, I'll keep a barrel for later in the fight. There's other barrels if you need them. And you can see the Mandrake is a pretty tough one. So those guys hit hard because they're essentially higher level than I am. So even though they're not that difficult to kill, they could kill me very quickly if I'm not careful. They're pretty nasty. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fight the Mandrake first. Oh, maybe give the coup de grace to the other guy. There we go. And as you can see, also the barrels respawn pretty quick. So again, use him. You use those barrels. You don't need to try and save them for later. They'll be there later, and they'll save you a lot of trouble. So as you can see, those missions are pretty much doable, even if you're not quite at the as high as the NPCs.
Get me out of this thing.
Scanning.
Although I should probably be careful about what I say. Maybe the game will whoop my ass when I reach the final boss, just to teach me a lesson. We'll see. The tough part, ironically, will probably be when we face. At some point, there's a bunch of little critters with with a couple of big guys. So that's probably when I'll run into trouble. We'll see. You don't really need at this point to free the police officers. I just did it because why not? Force of habit and all that. As you see, they're not that difficult to kill, but essentially, thanks to the way the combat rating works, pretty much everyone is a glass cannon. Essentially, you hit hard, but you don't have much survivability, and it's true for both NPCs and players. As a player, you're a glass cannon. You hit fairly hard enough to kill most enemies in just a few attacks. But you don't have much defense, I suppose, against those enemies. So when there's a half a dozen, like those little saplings, they don't look like much. When there's half a dozen of them on you, you're in trouble. I was lucky enough that I was able to fight them off just a few at a time. But you're not always that lucky. If all of them had ganged up on me, they would have hurt me pretty bad. And again, there's no reason not to use a barrel. Like if I juggle the little guy, there's nothing he can do. Oh, let's save our friend here, and let's take this barrel. So this will be usually this is a bit of a tough fight. I will try not to summon my friend the robot. Ideally, I will try to use attacks. I'm getting. Oh, there we go. Essentially, I'm going to try to use attacks that will do an area of effect damage, like that will do damage to everyone around me. But I will focus on trying to take down the numbers of opponents. Like I did attack one of the smaller ones, hoping to kill it quick. Because essentially, if there's three guys hitting you, they'll hit you hard. But if you can get only two guys hitting you, then you'll be hit not quite as hard. And of course, if there's only one guy left to hit you, then you're pretty much in business. So essentially, you want to try to minimize the amount of people attacking you at the same time, if it makes any sense. And again, don't hesitate to use the barrels. Or in this case, I know I destroyed the barrel. It's just that odds are I will not be able to use it during the fight, and I'm trying to prevent the plant dudes from using it when they finally join the fight. But Robin is a nasty little bugger. Well, let's block break in. I knew he was about to lunge, but I kind of stunned him just as he would have. So here's the big guys. Oh, and I'm almost dead. So I guess the time to summon our friend is now. Our friends is now. Almost there. So as you saw, he's a tough little bugger. Even with my robots, he did last quite a bit. So time to go. Those little pretty flowers. Well, let's use our friend, the healing barrel over here. The martial attacks are pretty good stuns. Maybe too good sometimes, but that's another. Like you see when he's flashing, usually it pretty much means that he's gained some immunities to your stuns, so they won't work as you can see. But I could be mistaken. Oh, and now we summoned his little friends. There's usually another healing barrel over here, so let's use it. Let's not be shy. Sadly, the other barrel broke. It's okay. We should be fine. I'm going to use my supercharge right now because I don't want to wait until it's too late. By then it'll be too late. Hi there, thanks for joining us. I didn't enable the chat, so I'm sorry if you send me a chat, I won't see it. I'm very sorry about that. Is it the barrel? Okay, the barrel is good for me. Again, let's use a supercharge. Let's not be cheap. And even let's go use our friend the barrel over here. Why not? So as you saw, I did attacks that had an area of effect. The napalm grenade is pretty good for that, and this little attack here is pretty good for that too. So it wasn't that difficult, even though I was under geared, you could say.
Dang, who taught you to punch? My jaw will be sore for a week. Guess it serves me right for losing my nerve.
Let's see if there's a little treasure chest somewhere in here. Well, I guess not. Oh, I had some missions I hadn't completed the last time. There we go. And let's see what we got in. What's in the box, as we say. Back piece for healer. And gauntlets for heal. Well, and blast for healer. A staff for tank. Ring for tank. See, these are the days when I don't miss the old loot system. Yeah, let's break a barrel. Our supercharge could use it. So we did get a feat, and we got a skill point. So let's put it in. Let's put it here. I should start thinking about putting skill points into a second weapon. I'll do that. I'll do that a tiny bit later. So let's re-imprint our new skill point. And there we go. And then let's do the same for our... Oh, here's the duo. Let's go just put our point here, and we're good to go. Essentially, we have a little side mission here. We have our little guy here. And let's get this party started. So as you saw, I did start the thing a bit backward. I should have started with my power over time. It happens. In the heat of the moment, when you get too excited, that can happen. If we could just attract a few of them. Oh, there we go. So if we stick together and we're careful, we'll do fine. And the guy seems to be doing well, so it's nice when you get a good duo partner. So as you saw with Defibrillator, I can make sure that if his power bar starts going down, I put it back up. You don't need to keep it 100% full all the time, but why not? If I can, why not? I'll do it when I can. When I can't, I'll try to give him as much power as I can. So, but if you can, there's no reason not to. And also the power is multi-purpose because it gives power back to my friend, but it also gives me a boost to might and precision. Oh, all right. There we go. Essentially, you want to clear everything in here because sadly, as soon as you click on your friend, the scientist, to try and free him, it will summon a truckload of mobs. And you don't want to do that. So you want to clear everything so that when the mobs spawn, you'll have too late. When the mob spawns, you want to fight as few enemies as possible. But if there was a time to summon our friends, the time was now. I will go help my friend before too late. That was my bad. I should have stuck with him. Round 2. I will switch to DPS. There's no point in being a controller with him. So there's a lot of them, and they hit. Some of them hit pretty hard, so that's usually a tough fight. I'm not sure why I'm alone against those three. Let's get out of here. Uh, Hopefully I'll be there in time to help him. There we go. It wasn't pretty, but at least we managed to do it. So the new combat rating works, it puts you at a huge disadvantage if you're when you're facing a lot of mobs, because each will hit like a truck. So when you're facing more than one or two at a time, it's pretty much you're pretty much asking for trouble. And as you saw the fire from that tower, holy crap, that was brutal.
Nice. I better get back to work before
Like as you can see, if we can get them one at a time, it's much easier. But as soon as they gang up on you,
I got my rights.
okay, here it's time for a little confession. I have no idea how these consoles work. Usually, I click on them until the force field is actually down. Is there a magic sequence that you have to use? I have no idea. I have no idea where these guys kind of came from. I don't recall them respawning, but it could be. And there we go. What was the magic number? I have no idea. So let's for a friend.
Thank you. Please make sure to tell Mr. Luther that
Oh,
Hive mind transmission. Target acquired. Sting them.
ah, crap. Oh, there's a little guy over here in the corner.
everybody knows you're working for
Sadly, we're going to have to fight our friend Booster Gold. We'll try not to hurt him too much. Let's get rid of the worker first. We should probably have cleared the room first, but nah, I was... Here we have a little almost in-game cinematic. That was... So let's go and try to activate those that little thingy, if I can. So let's go help our friend. Those killer bees are pretty nasty usually. Let's go use a barrel. There's one nearby. So as you saw, I tried to keep the mobs busy while our friend was clicking on the thingy. It seems to have worked. And if you're wondering why I'm not summoning my robots yet, I'm waiting for the next step of the fight before I do that. Let's get rid of that. It's annoying. So now's the time for the robots. I'm not sure why I could not target the other guy. Let's interrupt our friend Captain Bumble. Yeah, there's comics have these weird names. It's part of their charm. As you saw, our friend Bumble is pretty much spamming block breakers. I guess the devs assumed that everyone would be in turtle mode in this mission, so they had our friend Bumble spam block as much as he could. Spam block break, I should say, as much as he could. Oh, and there is a spec up there.
Well, that settles it. I'll never endorse
Let's go the long way around.
Thanks for the assist. Not that I wouldn't have broken free on my own.
Booster is so grateful.
I'll open the
And
way
that's sweet.
deeper into the hive's lair. You're on your own, though. Come on, Skeets. I think I have some new exploration adventures to record. Let's go. The science police are in Star Lab's pocket. Show them who's boss.
Sometimes there seems to be missing animation. I'm not sure why he was pushing me backward like that. Probably something I wasn't seeing. Again, it's not that tough of a fight, but there's a lot of mobs, so I'm being careful when hurt. And these three yellow balls summon more enemies, I think. So the first thing you have to do, hopefully, is to destroy them. They're pretty easy to destroy. And you could see my health go down. When some enemies decide to focus on you, they can take you down pretty quick. Oops, my friend is down. Don't think I'm going to be able to bring him back. Nah. Hopefully he's going to be able to return before I'm dead. And we had the Spec Ops also. Oh well. It happens. You may see I'm trying to stay away from the turret. If I'm far enough, the turret won't be able to attack me. And I don't see my friend. I know he's here. I just don't see him. I guess he's on the second floor. That is weird. when you see those guys spin as he was doing, usually blocking them will interrupt their spin. There we go. And there's an ambush bug usually somewhere up here. Well, let's go see our friend ambush bug.
These guys flying around saying, or seeing them are freaking me out. Anyone?
Holy crap, there's a high healer. Never saw that before. Well, let's go get rid of him. I don't know if that guy is a new guy or if he was there all along and I just never noticed. It happens. Let's go clear the last guy here. Why do I clear everything? Essentially, if you skip the mobs in this area, uh, even when you have no enemies around you, often you'll stay in combat mode. So your elf won't come back even when you're not fighting enemies. Like right now, we're out of combat, so our elf came back, our power came back. But if you leave enemies behind, sometimes it will make it so that you're always considered in combat. So even between battles, your health won't come back up. So ideally, I prefer to clear everything to make sure that my health will be fine. So as you saw, it was pulled in the middle of a bunch of opponents, but it was okay. It wasn't too nasty. It feels a bit weird not seeing my friend, but oh well.
Bring the exobites to Brainiac! Guards! Protect your queen with your lives!
Okay. Holy crap. The spec ups. As you can see, the balls brought some little buggers. They're may as well focus on Queen Bee at this point. As you saw there, they were a bit difficult. They seemed pretty tough. There we go. So it's time for a little victory. And as you can see, we were really close. Pretty much same damage out, same healing out. I gave a bit more power than he did, but that's because I started as a troll. So we were pretty much evenly matched.
Hive mind transmission. The Queen commands us.
So what did we get? What's in the box, as they says? Uh, uh, a shield, which is useless to us. But we got a new mask. That's got to count for something. And as you can see, our equipment is a bit broken up. Those buggers were hitting pretty hard. Overall, it didn't went too badly. But the Hive duo is a tough one. Let's imprint first. Then our friend the troll. Also, I think I had some skill points to assign. Oh yeah. Well, one skill point is one skill point. So let's put it here for vitalization. And now we can go sell whatever is no longer useful. And we'll have some much needed repair to do. A new style is always appreciated, even if the gear is not really good for us. Yoler neck. I think I'll keep the shield for my Captain America character. I'll keep it here for now. And I'll buy a few extra sodas, just in case. So I'll replenish my stack, and there we go. I wonder why. So let's sell this. It's only $21, but $21 is $21. So we can keep on going, keep on continuing to do our missions. So let's try two-player. So we did Gotham University. I guess Metropolis would be the next one. Nah, I think I will go do the Gotham University warehouse first. Essentially, I'll need to raise my combat rating at least a bit. Although the Gotham University mission at the current combat rating that I'm at, it will be a tough one. As you can see, I'm combat rating 38, and most of the the mobs will be combat rating. I think it's 53 or 56. So we'll see. We'll see soon enough. I guess if I can attract them one at a time, I should be okay.
Hello?
But maybe
Anyone
not.
there? Hey, over here! You gotta break us out! There's something loose in here! Break through the wall and get us out! No! They're clawing their way through! Get it off me! Get it off me!
So let's try to attract this little fella without all of his friends. So you see, he's combat rating 56. Just one of them, it's okay. It's not too bad. But there's like 3, 4 of them in the room. So if I try to take them all of them on, I'll probably be squished. So let's wait for a friend. Come on, you can do it. Let's be a little sneaky and let's go and put up a mine or two here. And let's try to pull just one of them here. It worked a bit. You'll notice sometimes that I don't start with the battle display right away as I should. Uh, Essentially, I'd like to, but sometimes it just doesn't seem to work. Like sometimes I think I've clicked on the battle display, and it turns out I did not. And you can see how the little guy did hurt me quite a lot just with his range attack. So imagine if I had fought all 4 of them, I would have been dead pretty quick. And it's going to be like that through pretty much the whole area. And there's a few places where I won't be able to fight them one at a time, where I'll have little choice but to fight a whole bunch of them.
Diamonds from the jealous kitties guarding them in these chambers. These relics are turning ordinary people into cats. And unless you want Gotham becoming a wild kingdom, you better get their eyes back in place.
So let's be careful. In this mission, things can go wrong really, really quick. And even like I'm invisible right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if at least some of them managed to spot me. There he goes. So even though I was in stealth mode, the little guy did spot me anyways. Oh, and there's his friends. And somehow it summoned all of his friends, so I'm in big trouble. So let's summon all my friends and hope it works. Sometimes you have a little choice, but to retreat. When you're clearly outmatched, that retreat is the only option sometimes. So at least I was able to take down a few. So let's try to attract that little fella up there, which somehow I can't target. There we go. And our friends are gone. But right now we'll try to, as much as possible, try to get those little fellas one at a time, if I can. Not always possible, but if not, we'll try again. At my current combat rating, this usually is pretty much a pretty challenging mission. So I know there's the Cat Lord over here somewhere. I just can't see him. Oh, there he is. As you saw, even the Cat Lord, like if you can get him on his own, he's not that difficult to defeat. Could almost say the oh, where there he is. You could almost say the down he goes. You could almost say the ads are tougher to defeat. Oh, and now I'm in trouble. There's two of them. It's time for a potion. And some ground control. There you go. Where's that other fella gone to? Oh, there he is. Oh, let's... Ah, come on. I did mention before not to start with an acrobat, and that's why it's a bit difficult sometimes to control. Because sometimes it behaves weirdly, and also sometimes the camera, like when you get close to a wall, the camera gets all too close, and you don't see anything. Let's go get our little blue. Oh, I missed it. There we go. So there's 3 of them left. But I'm going to have my backup in a second or two. Let's do it with the backup. And where's the third one? Oh, let's go. Let's use our backup while they're still here. To use to defeat the Panther Lord. Oh, there he is. Not sure why he was stuck there. But it's okay, I was able to defeat these 2 friends. So now it's mano a mano, and clearly he was no match for the Wolverine. Yeah, one may as well brag while one can, because it's not always possible. There are cases where I'll probably get my behind whooped. So... thanks to the crowd control, I was able to juggle them a bit. Because as you could see, they hit pretty hard. But when you're juggling them, they cannot hit you. So let's see. There's 2 of them left here. Let's put a little surprise for them. Oh, and they saw me. Not sure if I'm going to be able to attract them to my mine. Uh, I got one of them. That's good. Hi there. Thanks for joining us. Essentially, I'm just doing missions with the Wolverine. I don't have the chat enabled, so I'm sorry if you leave me a chat message, I won't be able to see it. Well, I guess I'll be able to see it at the end of the broadcast. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more Wolverine adventures, I usually put the videos on YouTube afterwards. Or there he is. Probably didn't need to defeat him, but I may as well. That way, when I come back, he won't be there to possibly bite me in the backside. Nope. Down he went. As you can see, those cats are pretty much able to spot me right away. I guess they have X-ray visions or something. I'm saying X-ray visions in relation to the game. That's the power that allows you to see invisible enemies. Let's put there's 4 of them, 3 of them. Let's put a little mine here, and a little mine. Oh, one mine will be all, I guess. So here goes. So in a fight between the Wolverine and the cat, down goes the cat. So let's try to pull one of them here. Oh, that's good enough. As you can see, the other one is ranging me, is attacking me from range while I'm beating up his little friend. Luckily, he tried to move a little bit closer and was hit by my mine. The mines aren't something I use very much, but once in a while they can be a lifesaver. And let's put one over here, and even one over here. Essentially, I'm hiding behind the crates because, as you saw, those cat people can pretty much see me on demand. Luckily, only one of them came. Oh, there's the other one. And that's a Tiger Lord. Yes, my lord. Okay, I'm going to be patient a bit and wait for my health and power to come back. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. And even taking a little break, it wasn't enough for the power to come back completely full, but it'll be enough for now. So there's usually another Panther Lord. Battle display is pretty good, but I guess the part I don't like is the 2-3 seconds I'm stuck using the battle display. During that time, it can make a difference between living and dying, or something like that. So here's the big one. It should be a tough fight, especially since I'm a bit undergeared. But let's summon our friends and hope they'll be enough to help us turn the tide. And let's use the bowels. There's a few in this room, so there's no reason not to use them. Again, there's a few bowels, so let's use it. You can see I'm getting stunned and knocked back a lot, so I get time to use a supercharge, I suppose, and a potion. And that's our last supercharge, but we should have a cola soon. I'm not sure what he tried to do, but I won't complain. It probably saved me a bit of a headache. Let's take this little exclamation point here,
This ceremonial mask is the only one in existence.
and let's collect.
Myself on this before it settles in my paws.
We got a Cestus, which is a brawling weapon, which we won't really use, sadly. But we got a nice chest piece. So, do I have enough what I need to craft? I guess not. Oh well. Wait, no, I don't have the chest socket. So now there's quite a predicament. Either I use the new chest, which gives me better stats, but I will be losing penetrating strike and 2% critical weapon attack chances. So what's better, 2 combat rating and extra stats, or the penetrating strikes? I should have had more foresight and brought some better mods. So I guess I will stick with my old chest piece for now. Come to think of it, nah. Let's go with the newer piece. Even though I will lose penetrating strikes, the 2 extra CR will make quite a bit of difference. Something we were able to notice with the brand new solo mission, uh, essentially doing the mission with a character, a healer character at 128. Holy crap! It was just not an option. But doing it with the same character, but with 130 CR, it was much better, much easier. So 2 CR make pretty much a difference. So as you can see, those cat people kite a lot. I guess they're supposed to emulate having super speed. Although it seems to work more like teleportation almost. But we got it. And we got a shotgun. Oh well. The thing with the loot is that there's 11 weapons. So the odds of getting the weapon you actually need, they're pretty slim, sadly. So again, we're going to try to fight those cat people one at a time, which is probably won't be possible. Well, we'll try it. At least if we can get them just 1 or 2 at a time, we'll be fine. This is a pretty long mission, but you get quite a few pieces of gear in this mission. So if you're just a bit lucky, you can get 3, 4 different pieces of gear, which are pretty much a good upgrade at this point. Like I don't know if you've noticed. I'll go back in just a second. There we go. I don't know if you've noticed, but the chest piece, the new chest piece, is item level 52, as opposed to the one I had, which is level 34. So that is quite an upgrade. So if you get 3, 4 of those pieces that are level 52, that you give quite a boost to your character. So this mission alone, it is a tough one. Don't get me wrong. It's you deserve your reward for going through this mission. But it's worth it. The rewards are worth the difficulty of the mission. So as you can see, I'm using a area of effect attack because there's this little bugger that was with the Panther Lord. And he went out. There we go. Nah. Oh yeah. I don't use the smoke bomb attack all that much. I guess I just feel the combo is a little too long to execute to be really worth it. And the little bugger is behind the wall. So okay, where is he? Yeah, I guess he is. Well, it happens. No big deal. I don't really need to defeat him anyways. I can just keep on going.
You gonna get rid of these cat people so I can finish fixing this pipe? You gotta go in and turn off 4 valves along the way to open up the gate at the end. But don't breathe too deep. The place is full of fumes.
Not sure why I can't use my grappling thingy to move forward. Oh well. No big deal. Sometimes there's a cat lord that spawns as you activate the console, but not today. And eons ago, when the game just went free to play and I started playing, there was a lot more cat that would go through those tunnels. So it was sometimes difficult to move forward because of that. Like as you were trying to get forward, some cats would speed by you and push you back. But nowadays, there's barely just a couple of cats, at most a handful of cats that go through those tunnels. Oh, and I got defeat in less than 80 seconds. I'm surprised. I didn't expect that. I didn't think I had done such a good job at moving forward. So here's our second big cat. So let's put him on fire for a bit. Oh, and let some other friends. Let's use a barrel, why not? As you saw the message, it says that you can use the valves to stop the fumes. Sadly, I broke the other barrel. Sadly, you may as well just keep on attacking, closing the valves. The problem is that whenever I would try to close the valves, the cheetah would attack me, and one, I wouldn't be able to close the valve, and secondly, it would beat the crap out of me while I was clicking on the valve. So I pretty much took the habit of never clicking that valve. I'm the Wolverine anyway. I can tough it out. What's a little gas for me? Let's block break him. So you saw he was doing the turtle move, and so it gave me the opportunity to block break him. Oh, he interrupted me. What a nasty little fella. Might as well take a potion. Damn, that little bugger, she's hurting me a lot. So I think I'll get rid of her first. I was able to interrupt him. Two can play. Oh. Freaking turtle. It's potion time. There you go. I should mention that I hate turtles. I understand the necessity of blocking from time to time, but there are players that's all they do. All they do is block, 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 as if it was some kind of super strategy. And I'm going to die, I guess. Cool. Let's go see our friend, the healing barrel. And where is the cat? Ah, there he is. Well, let's summon our friends because why not? There we go. I could have waited before summoning my robots. Essentially, I usually save them for later in the in the mission. But sometimes you try to save your resources for later and end up dying because you could have used them now. Oh, and now we have the Mayan helmet. So there we go. Again, quite as you can see, it's a 52 level item. So now the combat rating is up to 42. So just that one mission is quite helpful to raise your character's combat rating. And here there's just a couple of cats. I don't need to, but why not? It will help me build my supercharge a bit. Oh, there we go. And I saw a barrel right here. Why am I using the barrel? Again, to refill my supercharge. And there's even another one here. So we got two new pieces. If we're lucky and get a back piece and maybe some boots, we'll be in business. So essentially, we have two more bosses to fight, and Catwoman. So that's three chances of getting gear. So unless we get duplicates, unless all the pieces we get are duplicates, we should get at least one more piece. And if we're really lucky, we could get three more pieces. So on a really good run, and if you're really lucky, you will get five pieces that you didn't have before. So it's five upgrades, which will raise your CR by quite a bit. If you're not lucky, you'll get two or three pieces if you get many duplicates. But even as you saw, even just two pieces can make quite a difference. I'm in a bit of a trouble. Essentially, I'm fighting too many cats at once. Got a bit cocky, I guess. That happens. No, it's okay. We can start again. It's not like the fight is unwinnable. It's just that I attracted too many enemies at once. So take note of it. Don't do that. There should be another one. There it is. We can put a mod in our new headpiece right away. It's not a big deal, like it's 5 vitalization, but what is the big deal is actually the 2.5 critical weapon attack chances. That's the part we really want. Oh, um, and as you saw, the barrels they respawn they respawn fairly quickly in here. So why not if you can use them? Okay, so let's get going. So there's a little Lion Lord, but he's by himself right now. So let's try to use that against him. And there we go. Here's the 2 lion ladies. So as you saw, they're not that difficult to defeat, but they hit, like you can see my health is down to about half. And they hit pretty hard. And if you get, crap. See, I attracted another lion lady, and she pretty much killed me off. They hit pretty hard, so if you fight too many of them at once, you'll be in trouble. And by too many, I mean 2. I should let's go and get it. Bring it over here. So don't be shy to go back and recharge your supercharge if you need to. Or even better yet, let's take our friendly friend the barrel and bring it with us. Oh, wrong way. Not this one. As you can see, the tunnels all look alike, so it's easy to get confused. So here's our lady friend. So she was stunning us with her range attack, but 2 can play. And there we go. And as you got, there's 2 more over there. I'll probably try and get those first. She seems to be a little tougher than the other one somehow. Didn't notice if it was a different name. I'm pretty sure they're all lion ladies. There we go. So let's make sure there's not another lion lady. There should not be. So let's handle the lion lord. There's a feat if you don't allow any of the cubs to get defeated. We're not going to do that today.
This lynx claw is a priceless Native American relic. The man who owned it
So no lion lady. So let's go.
pretty bang.
Again, 2 lion ladies. Holy crap, I'm attracting all the ladies tonight. There we go. Not sure if there's still one lady left. I hope not. Let's try to attract our friend, the Lion Lord, if we can. That wasn't so bad. So I think the ladies are all gone, so we'll just have the lords to deal with. Oh. There we go. There is one more lord hidden here. So let's say hello, hello, hello. Is it me you're looking for? Or something like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you guys away with my awesome singing voice. Maybe I should replace Britney Spears. What do you think? So let's start with a little block break. Let's summon our friends. Again, there's a few barrels over here, so we should be okay. But his big attack is pretty annoying. Oh, and he's killing me. As you can see, he hits pretty hard, and his special attack is pretty nasty. So when he does his attack, either we have to interrupt him, or just get out of the way. Ah, come on. Of course he stuns, so getting out of the way is not as easy as it sounds. So let's use our friendly barrel over here. Oh, and he's ranging us. I don't know if you've noticed, there seems to be a slight delay when we try to break out from his attack. So it's as if there's a second or two when we can't break out. Don't be afraid to use the environment. Crap, he's blocking. Somehow I wasn't able to. I was out of power. Now we're going to go see our friend the Barrel, because why not? Come on. I'm very tempted to use my backups, but let's show some restraint because there's another big fight coming up. I want to keep them for that big fight, and we should do fine right now. Oh, he's almost gone. There we go. Oh, and we got a back piece. So 3 pieces. That's good. Oh, holy crap, our gear is all broken up though. So we got a brand new back piece. So that'll bring our combat rating to 43. Well, which is not bad. I'm very tempted to use this barrel right now, but I will keep it for a... I will bring it with me a little further. I'll just take a few seconds to refill my cola stack. So I did use quite a few colas in this mission, but seeing the result, like 3 pieces so far, it was worth it. And we still have, we still could possibly get 2 more pieces. So all in all, not a bad run. So let's see if I can get just this one guy. I was afraid of that. I should have pulled him. I'll probably have to restart. Against 3 Lion Lords, it's going to be a tall order. I'm going to try to juggle them a bit, but let's use a supercharge, why not? Or a potion. There we go. That wasn't too bad, but I pretty much wasted my supercharge anyway. Again, let's try to bring this little fella over here. Not sure if he's coming. Come on. There we go. There. That wasn't so hard, was it? I wonder where the cubs were.
Smuggled collection of Babylonian artifacts had gone missing. Something this rare belongs to a person who can appreciate it. Me.
I think I have a repair bot somewhere in there. Might be a good idea to use it right now. Uh, let's see how much broken up it is. Oh, so we need out of 100. Nah, we'll be okay. So now the conundrum, do I go upstairs and defeat the two? Oh yeah, let's do that. Essentially, I want to defeat those guys right now, because otherwise, when I'm fighting the Super Panther Lord, they'll beat the crap out of me. The only thing is that I'm not sure if I can defeat them head on like this. Let's try and juggle them a bit. Let's use the supercharge, why not? I'm committed right now, so it's do or die. We'll be okay. So sadly, sometimes you cannot hold back. You have to go all in and hope for the best. So let's use our friend the barrel here. Let's summon our friends the robots. And let's defeat that Panther Fang dude. Come on. Sadly, as you can see, you waste a lot of power just breaking out in some of those fights. So there's some fights and some essentially there's some missions where holy crap, you keep on breaking out, and it's as if that's all you're doing. And of course, before you know it, your power bar is gone because you spent the whole fight breaking out. But we'll manage somehow. Supercharge seems like a good idea right now. And we have another healing barrel over here, so let's not be shy and use it. It'll probably make the difference between victory or defeat, and in this case, it'll mean victory. So we got the chest piece again, but still, we can't really complain. We got 3 pieces so far, so let's not be ungrateful and complain. It's more we got more than enough. If we do get another piece, it'll be just extra gravy.
Now let's see what power these relics possess.
Of course, it would be nice to get 5 brand new pieces,
Get those
but three is good.
or this will be a catastrophe.
If all we got is 3 new pieces, we made good progress.
You're not too bad yourself.
I should have block broken her. I was too focused on trying to start the battle display and then using the grenade. Where'd she go to? There you go. So essentially we have to defeat her 9 times, I assume, because of 9 lives since she's a cat or a cat lady.
I do what I have to.
She's not that difficult to defeat, but I think she gets a bit harder and harder as the fight goes on, but not that hard. There we go. Our friendly friends, the robots, did help a bit. Sadly, as you saw, the little cinematics or animation in between takes a bit of time, so it pretty much wastes precious time for our backups. Like the time they're doing that little animation thingy, it kills time the time we have our backup. Now let's get rid of this little bugger. He's not that big a threat, but he's can be a bit annoying, and he can hurt you a bit while you're trying to fight her off. So let's go find ourselves another healing barrel.
Meow.
Let's heal our power bar a bit and get rid of our little panther friend. Two more times and we'll be good to go. Let's get rid of that little bugger. And let's use our friend, the barrel. Oh crap. I was worried for a second. I thought that she had broke the barrel and she would get health from it. I may as well use the supercharge right now and get that healing factor kicking in. So that should be it. Let's drink a potion. Not worth getting killed just to try to save Anacola. And there we go. And we got another back piece, a bed, and a box. So we did get a few duplicates, but it's nothing to cry about. We still got a good deal. A king size bed. I'm not sure where I'll use it. And let's see what's in the box. Some boots, healer boots, of course. So we're pretty much done here.
Alien creeps possessed me. Oh. Well, they're gone now. And the diamonds too, huh? A pity.
Let's break some barrels while we wait. she had a lot to say. So, and let's skip this little movie, which is always heartbreaking since those little cinematics are pretty cool. Some of the cinematics are some of the best part of the game. Oh, and we got a new feat. Okay, so let's get out of here. And we got some mail. Let's check out our mail. Let's see what we got. Some gauntlet, which aren't worth it. Oh well. So let's re-imprint our new gear. And then let's do the same for the troll. And let's get back our exhibits and make some mods. Let's buy a few extras for later. So first we'll recover our exhibits. And then we do our mods. So technically we only need one blue exhibit. Well, we need more than that, but that's all we can do anyway. We'll really have to go farming for exhibits at some point. So there we go. And we're going to go get our new white mods. Damn healer boots. I'll probably keep it that too. This I sell. This we sell, and that's it. Let's repair. As you saw, we needed lots of repair. Although I'm not sure why. Cannot trade, cannot sell. Oh well. So let's keep the weapons for someone else, maybe another character. I'm gonna have to look and see. So we need something for the back and something for the chest. I'm just making sure I did not forget anything. No, we're good. I'm not sure how I skipped this and this. It's not much money, but every penny counts, I guess. And let's buy a few colas while we're here. So as you saw, we gave a bit of a boost to our combat rating, which never hurts. So let's see what mission could we do next. I guess we could queue for the City Hall mission. And we could go do the old subway mission while we wait. So hopefully by the time we come out of the subway mission, the other mission will be ready. We'll have to wait and see. In here, there's a lot of mobs, so again, you have to be careful to try to take them individually if you can. Like in a small group as possible. That won't always be possible because sometimes there's a lot of them right next to each other. But if we can, we'll try to pull them a few at a time. And hopefully it will be enough not to get defeated. Also, there's a few penguins, penguin statues like this one, hidden in the area. So if you get them all, you get a feat. The thing is, you cannot get them all in one go because there is a place in the mission where the mission splits in two, and you can only do one of the two paths. So you have to. And I was about to say you have to choose a path, but not even then. The game chooses a path for you, and that's the path you have to do. Essentially, it's a random thingy because because of the evil Two-Face, who's obsessed with his coin and the number 2. So as you saw, the mobs aren't that difficult if you can get them 1 or 2 at a time. But that's the tricky part. Like if you look at the mini-map, you'll see a lot of red dots. Well, maybe I'll start with I usually start with the bottom level. Let's make a change of pace and start with the top one for once. There we go. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Oh, as you saw, one of them fell fell downstairs. Oh, they both fell downstairs. So I'll get to them later. It's okay. It's not a big deal if they fall. Oops. Go. So I guess when they fall, they reset somehow. Well, it's strange. I seem to remember when they were falling down, they would remain there, and you would go get them later. Like you would go by the time once you defeat everyone, you realize that oh, someone's missing, and then you go look down on the bottom level for them.
This is the entry to the Penguin smuggling operations underground. There's more than one way to the inner chambers. Tell you what, let's flip a coin. Heads, take left passage. Don't worry, you will see.
I'm a bit surprised that I didn't think I'd defeated all of them. Unless there's just a fixed amount that you need to defeat to unlock the next the path. Could be.
Scanning.
So down he goes, and we follow. There we go. Oh. A helmet. Is it as good as the one I have? Nah. But it's good for style, so why not? So let's see who is left. I don't need to clear the whole level, but why the hell not? So let's put a mine here, and let's put another mine here, and why not put another mine here? And let's get Boogie. So as you saw, they all fell downstairs. So let's go and get them. There you go. Oh, no, not yet. Now there you go. I knew I'd get it sooner or later. So there's about 3 of them left. Let's see if I cannot attract to them here. Or if I'll even need to. Here they come. Oh, there you go. Essentially, this is mostly the reason why I wanted to clear the whole level, to be able to come and get this. I probably could have been able to sneak by using stealth, but it was no biggie to defeat them. Also, there's another one all the way up here, and there's also a little penguin. So let's click on our friend the penguin, and let's go get our blue exclamation mark. There we go. So as you see, there's 2 tunnels. There's one over here, and there's another one over there. And it's random. Essentially, Two-Face flips his coin, and whatever the coin says, that's what you have to. That's the path you have to follow. So you can't do the whole mission on one go. You have to do it at least twice. And also, I've seen more than a few complaints about how some people always get the same tunnel. It's just a random number generator. Essentially, you have 50% chances of getting either. And some people get like 90% the left one, and other people get 90% the right one. So sadly, that happens. Is it rigged? Is it just the luck of the draw that's that way? I have no idea. Like, is it that if it gives you the left one first, then the results will be weighted so that you always get the left one, so that you have to do the mission quite a few times until you get the right one. I don't know. So here we fight the evil Bane who broke the Batman's back. But sadly for him, he's facing the Wolverine, and I have a healing factor, so you won't be able to break anything. So let's go be his worst nightmare. As you can see, he hits pretty hard with his metallic beam. And as you saw, there was a warning telling us to hit him with hailing barrels. Not hailing barrels, with the green barrels. So you saw that when you use the barrels on him, it does incapacitate him a bit. As is often the case in most missions, there's a few healing barrels, so don't be shy about using them. They'll save your life, or something like that. Again, let's hit him with a barrel. There we go. Ah, we got some dual blades, which we're not using, sadly, but it's okay. And we have our little birdie friend here, and there's a green exclamation point here. There's a blue one over there, and there's a barrel here. So let's kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. You may see that my health, my power is not regenerating as much as it used to. It seems to do that as you progress through the game. So at first, it was regenerating fine. Not so fine right now.
Feeling lucky, punk? Let's flip the coin. And luck is on our side.
Ah, and we're lucky. Two-Friend is still our friend. Two-Face is still our friend. Again, there's a random aspect where he flips his coin, and depending on the flip of the coin, either he will remain your friend or not remain your friend, and his goons will attack you. And they hit pretty hard. Let's wait a bit to catch our breath. So right now we're going to be facing the almighty Pengbot Maximus. It used to be a really tough fight, and it's still it's a little bit of a fight even now. But of course, now that once you know how to defeat him, it gets a bit easier. Essentially, you have to interrupt him at the right time and block at the right time, and it turns what used to be a heck of a fight. It makes it more manageable. Like when he's spinning, you have to block him. Of course, having backup helps quite a bit too. And there's a few barrels. Again, no reason not to use them. Oh, and my backups are gone. Let's get rid of his little friend, and let's use this other barrel. There's 3 barrels in the room, so essentially you go from one to the other, and you'll be fine. And when he gets nuts like that, if you can interrupt him at the right time, you'll be okay. I guess the hardest part was to learn that you can interrupt him and to learn when to interrupt him. But once you master that, what used to be a really tough fight is it's much better. And there we go. And we got some nice hand blasters. Oh well.
Case number D574. Where does a man's loyalty
So we got some hand blasters, some dual sword.
Two sides of the same coin.
Oh well.
Only one of them can show at a time.
That's the sad thing, is that out of 11 weapons, the odds of getting the one you need, they're pretty slim. Even like we got 2 so far, and no such luck. There we go. So here there's a lot of mobs at once to fight. So it's usually a pretty tough fight. The good thing is that there's plenty of healing barrels across the room, so don't even hesitate. You see one healing barrel, go for it and use it. That will keep you alive through the fight. If there was a feat for using the less amount of healing barrel possible, then I'd say don't use those barrels. But there's no such thing. Again, I have access to my backup. I will not use them. I will keep them for the final fight with the evil penguin. There we go. So that's the first wave of evil mobsters. Here's the second wave. Again, healing barrels will turn what could be a tough fight into something manageable. And as you saw, don't be afraid to interrupt her when she's going full auto on you. So I will go defeat my friend, the penguin. And then I will go around and collect whatever investigations I still need. And now is the time to summon our friends. Again, the penguin was a really tough fight at first. Especially when you'll see at some point when he takes out his flamethrower like this. Holy crap! That was doing a truckload of damage. And even if with all the healing barrels around, it was still a tough fight. Oh, and all my friends are gone. So it's me and the penguin, mano a mano. I'm pretty sure the Gotham TV show changed the perception that a lot of people have about the penguin now. Now it's hard. It's hard. It's impossible to see the penguin and not think of the TV show version, which is very different from the comic one. But it ended up being one of the good characters on the show. So it was, although it was a change, it's one of those changes I would say were good changes. That changes for the best. As you saw, it did hurt me pretty bad and pretty quick. So you have to be careful. In the heat of the battle, it could easily take you from full health to dead and pretty quick. Now our friend Two-Face comes and see us.
Wake up, Birdbrain. We're here to shut you down.
Let's talk to our friend Two-Face to end this mission.
Bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Two-Face rules this roost. Well done. Pity you aren't working for me. Enjoy this momentary victory, Two-Face, or Harry Dent, or whoever you are. The penguin never puts all his eggs in one basket.
And we're going to skip the cinematic. And we have a handful of feats under our belt, which is always good. So let's go click on our friend the birdie. Let's go collect our green exclamation point.
Harvey Dent, case number 1464B-2.
And of course,
Bruce Wayne's family friend Tommy Elliott today at a dinner.
why not break the healing barrels while we're at it?
I wonder if he'd be interested in joining the district attorney's office in a medical capacity.
And you may have noticed our renown with Wayne Tech is now cooperative. So I should be able to buy a few items from the Wayne Tech vendor if I feel like it. Other than possibly getting some styles that I don't have, there's no real reasons to do so. Although I am saving marks of victory to buy a new belt. I'm not sure if I'm quite there yet. I don't recall if it was 24 or 25 or.
I can handle this takedown of the Penguin. I've got the new heroes to help me out. You'll see.
Well, let's see. Let's start. Oh, we got a new pair of shoulders, so that'll be good. And again, we got some renown for Wayne Tech. Let's use that. And again, what's in the box as usual? So what's in the box? A pair of shoulders I can't use. It's okay. I got one pair I can use, so I'll be good enough. And I can even put an exhibit right now. Oh yeah. So we're pretty much done here, I think. So let's go. Oh, and our mission is ready. So let's go in. So ideally, you start a group mission, and then you go do a solo mission. And by the time you're back, hopefully the group mission will pop. So unless you're lucky enough that it pops right away, then even better. And our friend is 134, so odds are we'll cream. We'll cream everything on our way. All these evil yellow lanterns, and I'll be dead soon. Or I should say incapacitated. Now we have to defeat the evil Manhunter. Oh, that was quick. Oh, and I got a new pair of Qatar. Let's see if they're better than what I have. No, sadly.
Sinestro Corps. They've gotten past the Manhunter. Seal the doors and keep them away from the power battery.
Did he lock me out of the mission? Could be. Yep, absolutely. Oh no. So essentially we have to activate the lantern, and as we do so, hordes of yellow lantern will come in and try to defeat us. But our friend is overgeared so much that as you saw, he pretty much kills everything on his path. I'm surprised that he's not one-shotting everything. I have to wonder I'm not sure what he's doing. As you can see, the PS4 really wants me to go play Destiny. But I'll stay committed to you guys. I started playing DC. I'll stick with it for now. I'm not sure what our friend is doing, but anyways. Sadly, you will see plenty of examples of players that even though they're 130 something combat rating, they're still crappy players. Nothing you can do about that. Here's our friend Arkello. We'll probably kill him without clicking the lanterns, unless our friend is really bad. Oh, maybe we can't defeat Arkello without clicking the lanterns? That could be. I guess I'll have to try it with another of my characters at some point. I'm not sure what he's doing. There sometimes is a little treasure chest. I'll come back again later to look for it.
Your miserable core under our boots for interfering with our rings.
You don't listen, do you, Sinestro? Something's affecting all of the rings, and it isn't us. But if you don't believe me, we'll be happy to show you the hard way.
I see you brought company. Can they withstand Sinestro's might? Watch your tongue, mudballer.
And there we go. At least it was good for his speed feat. At least.
This is not over, lanterns. For fear dwells within us all.
Oh, and we got a new chest. But the one we have is better. Let's skip the little movie.
I was the greatest of the Green Lanterns.
Oh, we can't skip.
I brought law and order in the universe.
Oh, there we go. So we can replace our ring here. And we'll replace our mod when we get the chance. And what's in the box? No idea. Obviously, it was something I already had, and it's stacked on top of it, so I'm not sure what we got. Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's say no, because it's pointless to reopen the instance. So let's look around. Oh, sometimes it's at the exit of the mission. Nah, no box here. Sometimes it's somewhere up here or behind here. No box here. Oh, well, I guess there was no. Sometimes it's up here. Or is it not to break the barrel? Oh well, no treasure box. It happens. Oh, I'm sad now. Oh well, at least I can break a few healing barrels to get to our 1,000 feet. We did get a few feet in this mission, so we might have an extra skill point. I'll check in a second. And sometimes the treasure chest is up here, but it's not. Well, so no treasure chest. That happens. It's not a big deal, but the thing is that we need quite a lot to get all the feats. No skill point. Oh, that's okay. We don't need a skill point that badly. So here we did get some new shoulders and a new ring. So let's imprint that. Then let's do the same with our friend the troll. Oops, wrong button. And we got a little something for our generator downstairs. So why not? Again, it's not a big deal, but every little bit helps. So why not use it if we have it? So let's sell what we have. That's no good. Oh, this I can keep for another character. This I can sell, keep. Oh, oh, let's keep it for now. Sell. Oh, that was strange. Did I? Oh, I sold my ring. Oh no, that's good. I wanted to sell it. Not sure why it says. Is it better than my other ring? Oh, okay, that explains it. Oh, there we go. So let's imprint again. Let's do the same for our DPS roll. And as you saw, I just clicked on the ring. Essentially, if you just click on on the ring, it will equip it automatically to the right ring slot. And now we can sell this one and repair, much needed repair. And we want to get back our yellow socket. There we go. I should have what I need to craft. Or do I want to craft? Do I need an extra yellow socket? No, no, no. Okay, so we're good to go. Let's re-equip, restock our stack of colas. And let's see, I think I should have enough. I'll probably have enough to buy a better belt. So let's go do that. And now we seems to be able to buy gear from Wayne Tech. So let's go and try to do that. Come on. So let us see what we can see. Okay, at 24 we can buy this belt. Sadly, as you can see, the wild card trinket, the wild card slot will not be available to us. And you see, we could buy the Zone Walker gear for one mark of victory each, but sadly, it would only be for the style. So we're not going to do that. Even buying the belt, I'm probably going to kick myself over it, but well, what the heck. So we got the belt. We're going to equip it. So now we have 3 slots. So as soon as we unlock this one slot, we'll be able to equip one more trinket. Do we have one more trinket to equip right now? Not really, but it's not a big deal in the sense that I guess I could equip the Tombot. Yeah, I'll probably do that. So it'll give us an extra slot either to equip the Tombot in the short term, or in the long term I'll probably get the supply drops or the orbital strike. We'll see how it goes. So right now our combat rating is seems to say 47, but our actual combat rating is 52. So technically, I could have probably could have bought gear from her, unless it's 53. I'm never sure about that. But anyways, I should maybe. Do I have access to Central City yet? Let's go and find out. Nah, not yet. But soon. Odds are by tomorrow I should have access to Central City. So you will start doing some quest over there. So the sad part is that now that we changed our belt, well, guess what? We have to go back and re-imprint our gear. So let's go back and do that. I wish there was a simpler way to do that. so that it would save us a bit of back and forth. Let's equip our no belt, and there we go. Now we can sell our old one, I think, or are we gonna have to destroy it? Stay tuned and find out. Oh, we can sell it. But we can't sell the shoulder blades. Can we salvage them? Neither. Well, what do you know? Oh, let's destroy them. Okay, so right now we can't unlock our belt slot. We need a few more marks. Did I do the vault today? Yeah, I did. So let's see what could be next. So we could either do the Gotham Sewer mission, or we could do the OMAC mission. Let's secure for the OMAC mission, and we'll do the sewer mission while we wait. Hopefully I will not regret. Oh, we can go right away. Hopefully I will not regret that decision. I guess it'll depend on who my partner is. We're going to switch to EPS, I think. Dr. Slot. So let's go see our friend Fire. So there's little point in fighting those little buggers, because essentially all you need is to go to the panel and click on it. But there's this little robot here we can take care of. In the past, the robot used to give 1 mark of triumph, I think. It doesn't give that anymore, but force of habit, the robot is there. Let's destroy it. Let's find them and destroy them, I says. Or actually, that's what Agent Smith said. Oh, and our friend seems to be in trouble. Let's go and help him out. As you see, the OMAC is shielded. There's a little point in attacking it when it's shielded. But our new friend probably didn't know that. There we go. Oh, I can't go this way. If you're wondering why I'm not using my robots, you'll see soon. I'm not sure what that was about. And there we go. Oh, let's go fight some alligators in the sewer. Why not? Ah, there we go. So now you're going to see why I did not use my robots right away. Essentially, we're going to be fighting two robots that you have to separate. And I'm not sure if my friendly partner will be able to understand that. Oh, there we go. So while ideally you have to separate both robots, and also there's our little friend Ambush Bug who's hiding right here. And our friend went ahead without us, of course. So as you saw, we discovered all the ambush bugs and all the duos. And now we're going to have to survive this room. And all the evil Omax that will be here. Again, he's attacking those that are shielded. Oh well. I can't really help him, but I can bring him barrel. And sometimes they fall down all the way down here. So you have to come and defeat them there. Oh. Thought he had fallen down, but he was right there. There we go. So we're about halfway through. There we go. So let's wait for a friend. This can be an easy fight or a tough fight, depending on who you're with. It can be an easy fight if the guy you're with understands what needs to be done. It can be a really tough fight if the guy you're with doesn't understand what needs to happen. Essentially, you have those little thingy that you have to come on, that you have to go and click. Come on. And I can't because I'm electrified right now. And then you have to pick the little thingy and bring it over here. And then you have to bring it back over here to our friend, the OMAC. Okay, there we go. So now some on our my little backups. Why says you? Not really for the OMAC. More for like the drones that just spawned. So the backup should be able to help us against those drones. Because otherwise, when the drones are there, or when there's too many of them, they keep you from picking up the thingies. And that went fairly smoothly. And now for the coup de grace. Like you can see, the OMAC is trying to heal itself. We must not let it. Oh, that was good. So the guy did a good job. We were able to do it fairly easily, which is always appreciated. I think our friend got the little treasure chest, since we did get some rewards. So again, this can be an easy fight or a really tough fight. It can be fairly easy if we just take the OMAX one wave at a time. But if we go all around the room and trigger all the OMAX at the same time, then it can turn what should be an easy fight into a pretty tough fight. So we'll see which will be which. Because as soon as you come near his console, all those drones will spawn. And if you see the drones are shielded, you have to go for the OMAC first. And then try to go for the unshielded drones. Oh, there we go. And our friend had to click on the console before we were done with the drones. When you click on the console, essentially it triggers a couple of OMACs. Let's pick our friend the barrel over here and bring it all the way over here. Again, if you click on the as soon as you reach the console, some OMAC, some drones will appear, and even some OMACs, I think. Or was it some leftover from the previous fight? But when you click on the console, then some more nasty thingy will appear. So ideally, you get to the console, then kill whatever spawns, and then once you've killed whatever spawns, then you click on the console. If you want to make things easier for yourself and your group. But sadly, making things easier, not always what players want. And now it's the evil floor of doom. There we go. Oh, and lots of crap too. There's usually some way to get rid of the floor. Not sure what we did wrong. Did we forget to click on the console? Could be. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We can still defeat him even if we messed up a bit. And there we go. Our friend did a good job damage-wise, and even generally speaking, he pretty much did a good job. Can't really complain about his gameplay. Ooh, 250 orange barrels. Has our friend gone already? Well, let's give him a thumbs up to celebrate our victory. There we go. Ah, he left. Oh well. So this usually is a good spot to get at least a couple of healing barrels added to your feet. I'm not sure if we got anything worth mentioning. And oh, we got some pants. That'll be good for the style. Bow, necklace. Nope. Brawling. Nope. Well, at least we can look at what's in the box. Oh, and we got some pants. Is it good pants? Not really. Oh well. C'est la vie. So we did all the tier 1 duos. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't a disaster like it could have been. Not sure if I should. Nah, pointless. Or is it better than the watch? Could be. Let's see. Is it better than the watch? The watch gives us 165 might. The jewel gives us 163 precision and 165 might. Oh yeah, it's much better. And to say that I almost sold it. How evil can I be? There we go. And for the troll. Let's do the same for the troll. There we go. So no need to keep this. The rest, sure, we can keep. We can sell this too. The teleporter mods were almost a good idea, but essentially all but 3 or 4 are useless. So you got 3 or 4 good ones, and the rest is completely pointless. Essentially a waste of resources. Because I'm not sure, other than people who just started playing the game and don't know how the teleporter actually works, I have no idea would who in their right mind would actually use the teleporter mods. But what do I know? Okay, so how many? So we still need 2 more marks in order to unlock our belt. So what else can we do to be able to do so? Oh yeah, we'll go do the sewer mission. Let's go for the flashback mission. Oh, and that was quick. I thought I would need to cure for the flashback and then maybe do the solo first, but apparently not. Oh, and it should be an easy one. We have a pretty cool looking spawn. There's usually a here it is.
Case log. Officer Allen, senior forensic investigator at the scene. The cosmic treadmill has been the target of multiple burglary attempts at the museum. This is worrisome. Is someone trying to take a jog back in time?
I appreciate the quick response. Central City police informers have reported an alarming plot by the roads. Someone
I guess our friend Spawn wants to do a dramatic entrance.
The resulting paradoxes are causing these ruptures in reality. I can use the cosmic treadmill to tunnel into the past through the Speed Force. I can't go back myself, though. We've got enough paradoxes to handle. Hurry! Head through the Speed Force tunnel into the past. Be quick, though. The paradox wave will be on your heels trying to collapse the tunnel. Time to get a great stone in your boot, I'll tell you.
Essentially, we have to go quickly enough not to be hit by the wave behind us, but not too quickly. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to enter. We're not going to be able to get the portal at the end of the tunnel if we go too quickly. And there's a tunnel. The portal, I mean. And there we go. I don't need it, but I need the style, so.
What the hell is going on here? Some hooded freak with a flute played a song. He told me to hide back here.
That is a funny one. First time I see someone doing this. Let's play along.
Dance with the intruders, my adoring fans, and try to draw them in close to the sun of the day.
Ah, he destroyed the machine. That's okay. We'll do that feat another day. I might as well switch to DPS. Pistols. So where's our friend at? Oh, there he is.
Calculation completed.
I guess our friend didn't feel like waiting for us, which sadly happens. What did we get? And blasters and some crappy crap. Oh well. Essentially, there's some consoles that we should have activated, but we did not. So whenever we reach a certain point, we're going to activate. We're going to trigger some sort of alarm. And sadly, our friend Spawn doesn't seem to care about them SWAT officers. Green and pass. There we go. Oh, we'll take a second just to get this. Well, I'll probably come back anyways. I missed at least 1 or 2 points.
Time is 11:45 p.m. There's one crime I can't let go unsolved. My colleagues think it's a lost cause, but I am convinced my father didn't murder my mother. I just have to take it slow and figure out what happened.
I guess I'm gonna have to wait for my friend. There we go. So do we get the speed feat? Could be. Probably. We'll see.
Places that need my attention. I wish I could get this work done faster. What was that?
I guess the TV show now will change our perception of Barry Allen.
Holy mackerel! I've got superpowers!
Let's give him a bit of a thumbs up, even if...
In my
let's
line
skip. Skippy skip.
Iris West. I'm a reporter for the Central City Citizen. I was hoping you could spare a moment, Officer.
Case log. Officer Allen, Junior Investigator.
And the fourth one is somewhere
I may have to speed
here, I
things up,
think.
though. I'm meeting Iris for dinner.
Oh, come on, come on. No. There we go.
Detective Curtis, Central City Crime Lab.
I'm sorry. I was trying to reach Officer Allen.
Barry? You just missed him. He left in a hurry, late to a procedure.
Sometimes there's a... Oh, I didn't check if it was here.
Yup, that's Barry. Well, it's nice to finally meet the lady that put that aw shuck smile on his face. Hey, I'll tell him you called.
There could be a treasure chest here. Okay. There's a few officers left. Let's bring our friend a barrel
My first case for the Central City
and go pay them a visit.
so I want to make sure I take the time to do it right. There's futures on the line here.
There we go. So essentially there's this console and there's another one that you have to activate to shut down the security cameras. But our friend didn't want to do that, I guess. So that will be a tough one. But luckily we still have our friendly robots to help us. So let's start by destroying this machine and then let's get rid of the deputies. Oh, there's the little chest. And it's behind a window. You pretty much have to break the window to be able to reach it. I'm not sure what kind of sense that makes. Oh, a belt. Is it good for us? Not really, but it's a style. And the chess piece is good though. 52, 58. Yeah, it's a nice upgrade. And let's see what's in the box. A plan. Energy Sorter MK2. Well, why not? Not really worth it, but still. And there's usually the other console. I think it's somewhere in here. It's been a while since I did this mission. Oh, there it is.
Security camera disabled.
Some of those missions I haven't played in months, so if sometimes I misremember things, I hope you guys will forgive me. That's it. We're pretty much done. So let's see what we got. Yeah, that's pretty much what we got. So let's re-imprint our new gear. There we go. That's good for a style at least. So we're going to need a new penetrating strike mod. There you go. Oh, I've got mail. And that's sweet. Barry's sending us a hoodie. It's not very good, but it's good at least for a style, so why not? No. Oh, I have no more better mods. There, that should keep us going for a while, hopefully. So let's see. I'll probably keep a few weapons again to trade possibly to some of my other characters. Either that or down the line when I start putting skill points in other weapons, I'll probably use equip those weapons just for the style. I'll see when it happens. So let's see what we can sell. Oh, I thought I'd kept that. There we go. So as you see, you get lots of junk. Oh, you get lots of junk from. I didn't notice I had some. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's repair everything, and we're good to go. So right now, our combat rating is 53. So let us go see what we can see. Let's see if we can get access to Central City. And if we do, it'll be a good stopping point for today. Or maybe we'll see. Oh, that's very easy to verify. Do I have access to the tier 3 missions? Oh yeah. So in here you have a bunch of different missions.
Thanks for coming. Things have gotten crazy fast.
Sadly, I
Using the Speed Force
rarely
and
do all of
my
them.
crew.
There's two that I often do,
Tearing down the
and the
dimensional
rest
barriers.
I pretty much ignore them or do them just once in a long while.
Came out to show their support
So
for
I'll
Zero.
probably do them at least once just to show you what the missions are, but that will probably be it. And it won't be today. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do those missions today. So let's see. There's this little lady who gives us a mission. The thing though is the missions here give 2 marks of victory, so they're worth it, even though some of them are a bit annoying, which is why I don't do all of them. Put a cork in it. I'm surprised it only gives 1 mark of victory, but anyways. So let's accept this one. This is the wanted poster for all the Central City villains. Like you're going to see as soon as I click accept, on the right side on the quest tracker, you'll see a lot of names. These are all the bounties we could be looking for. At this, sadly, you pretty much need a group at this point to get those bounties. So in the past, when the DLC was first released, all you had to do was shout in the chat window, looking for people for Abra, or looking for people for Zoom, or looking for people for Ruptures, or the Ruptures are up, and you would get people, you would get a full group because there actually was people in Central City, but that hasn't been true in a long time. So doing doing those missions, it's much more difficult than it used to be. So that's pretty much why I pretty much stick to doing the solo missions. And I will probably switch to, oops, wrong button. I'll probably switch to DPS for those as well. I could probably do it fairly easily as a controller as well. But why take chances? So you have to fight, and you can see their combat rating level 72. So may as well be just a bit careful. It shouldn't be a problem. Again, if I manage to get them just a few at a time, like 1 or 2 at a time, I'll be okay. It's only if I end up fighting 3, 5, 6 of them, then I'll probably be in trouble. So you have to capture them and put them in a bubble and bring them over here. Here we go.
You may have captured me, but we will destroy this timeline.
So for the bounties, I'll probably wait until I'm combat rating 70 before I even consider doing them. And there is one exception to that, and that's Abracadabra. Uh, Abracadabra, especially one of his attack, hits way too hard. I'll do Abracadabra when I'm combat rating, I don't know, 130 or something. I'm exaggerating a bit, but holy crap, is he hard to beat? Because he has this huge big ability that, or this big attack that pretty much kills everyone around him. So I was about, unless you're a tank, Ozar, you're not going to survive his attack. And even if you're a tank, Ozar, you're not going to survive his attack. Okay, as you know, I have the fortified blocking mod, which can protect you against 80% of an attack. And holy crap, even with the fortified blocking mod, even if I'm blocking, he still kills me. So I haven't cracked or mastered. Oh, I'm about to be dead meat. As you can see, those little buggers hit pretty hard. So as I mentioned, like you can see, I can defeat them fairly easily. But holy crap, you saw how my hit point were going down. So the sad thing was with the new combat rating system is that it pretty much turned everyone into glass cannons. It turned all the players into glass cannons, and it turned all the NPCs into glass cannons. So let's try to pull him, take him away from his friends, if it's possible. There we go.
When I am free, you will pay with your life. You may have captured me, but we will destroy this timeline.
So the mission is fairly simple, and it's not that difficult. So you can do it daily and get a few good marks for it. When we still had marks of triumph, I would do this mission fairly often, just for the marks of triumph it gave. Or even better, way back when we had marks of distinction. These are the missions I was doing. Like this one and the next one I'll do. These are the missions I was doing every day to get some marks of distinctions, because those were the marks you needed to buy the what people call the tier 2.5 suit, which I will show you a bit later. I probably should have started with that, but I guess I was in a hurry to do this little mission. Also, I started with this mission specifically because for the next mission, I'm going to need a certain amount of kills. And some of the mobs here count towards the kill of the other mission. So essentially, I'm already doing the next mission a bit by being here. Like you can see, harness the Reaper energy 2 out of 10. That's going to be my the next mission. Oh, that was nasty.
When I am free, you will pay with your life.
So harnessing the Reaper energy will be the next mission, and I already did a few bits of that. That's pretty much why I usually start with this one here, so that I can get. So while I'm doing this one, I get a head start for the next one. Again, it's no big deal. It's only going to save me 2 or 3 kills that I would have had to do with the other mission. So if you do the opposite, it's all good. It doesn't really matter.
You may have captured me, but we will destroy this timeline. When I am free, you will pay with your life.
Scanning.
I'll probably end up regretting that. Let's see if I cannot attract him over here. And yeah, he brought a friend. His friend. Here's oh, evil targeting system.
You're pathetic. Where do you think you are taking me?
So that will be the last one we need for here.
Captured me, but we will destroy.
So we can complete the mission and get our few marks of victory. And also, since we did the penguin, we get a little reward. And rain on our parade. We can complete that as well. So essentially right now the mission we're doing, going by location is usually the easiest way. And in Central City, that's the mission we're going to do next, the Paradise Reapers. But I will take a second first to repair, and also we'll show you the gear. So essentially we have this little fella who's repairing our gear, who can buy the crap we gather, or from whom we can buy plants. Like essentially there's the plant for the super speed exobyte, there's the plants for various drinks and grenade. These used to be, especially the grenade, like these used to be a PvP grenade, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's just grenade period. I'm not sure why I thought it was PvP related stuff. So anyway, so you have a few plans that you can buy. I won't at this stage I won't waste any money for that, but later on I'll probably come by and then buy some. And then of course there's the gear that you can purchase. So this is essentially the next gear, the next step in our gear. I'll probably end up buying the weapon because, as you know, there's 11 different weapons, and the odds of getting the weapon you actually need are very very small. And you can see I'm still using a weapon that is pretty much not very good, let's say. So buying at this point, buying a new weapon would probably be a priority, unless I get lucky in some of the missions that I'm going to do and get a weapon. But I wouldn't count on that. Also, we can start. This is the point where we can start buying synthetic mods. Again, at 4 marks of victory each. Holy crap! It's a steep price. Oh, there's a friend, a friendly friend. Why do I seem surprised? Because the last, I don't know, 353 times I came here, I was the only person here. So there's literally almost no one who comes to Central City anymore. So I wish they would make Central City bigger, because it's Central City is a really small area. I mean, not seem as much because I didn't go around, and you can see pretty far in the distance, but the area is pretty small. I guess I could show you the minimap. Like essentially, and you see all of that, you would think that, oh, it's a pretty, oh, you see all of that and you would think, oh, it's a pretty big place. No, it's not, because the only real this is the real area that you're using. I don't know if they made this bit here in order to do maybe an expansion or something, but all you really have access to is this bit here. So it's not really big. I remember when I was a young mutant, I naively thought that as time would go by, they would add more cities. I thought they started with Gotham and Metropolis, but I had naively thought that later down the line we would have Central City, we would have Coast City, we would have Star City. I thought as time would go by, we'd get more cities added to the game. Like maybe once a year, once every 2 years, they would add a brand new city. Sadly, that was just me being very naive, and all we got was this little bit of Central City. Does it mean that there's no way that in the future they could add more? No, I guess it would be possible to add more if they wanted to at some point, but I wouldn't count on it. And as you can see, those little buggers, they hit pretty hard. If two of them focus fire on me, they'll pretty much kill me. So I guess I have no choice but to use my almighty supercharge, my healing factor. So essentially we need to harness the energy of at least 10 Reapers, which means killing at least 10 Reapers. Why do I say at least as opposed to just killing 10 Reapers? Because not all the Reapers will give you energy. It's pretty much that simple. Some will, some won't. So you'll have to kill, I don't know, 12 through 15. I doubt you'd have to kill as much as 20, but I'd say about 15, 12, 15 would pretty much do it. Depending on how lucky you are and how much you're cursed by the random number generator, or how much the random number generator hates you. Holy crap, 4 people. That's probably the first time I've seen that in a really long time. Although I usually play on the PvE. Oh, we are on the PvP server. Never mind, I didn't say anything. And this should be hopefully our last one. Come on. Oh yeah, there we go. I could fight the last one and defeat it, or I could just kite away. Come on. I'm not sure why I could not use my grappling hook to get to the building. Somehow it maybe because I was in combat or I was being attacked. I'm not sure, but somehow the grappling hook really did not want to work.
Just as I surmised, these creatures contain massive amounts of... Well, I'm sure you
So essentially, once you get your 10 kills or your 10 your energy from 10 Reapers, then you come back and talk to this lady, and then the second part of the quest starts, where you have to go and close 10 ruptures. So as you can see, someone else came by and closed them ruptures. Poor little fella thinks I cannot close all the ruptures, but no, I can. I'll probably switch to controller at this point. If you're wondering why, so that I can use distract to click on the rupture. Because once you click on the rupture, whatever Paradox Reaper that is linked to the rupture, that's the best way I can explain it, disappears as well. Like when I close the rupture, this little guy will disappear. Poof, no more little guy. So you don't even have to fight him. You just click on the rupture and the guy is gone. Only if there's another guy that's from a different rupture nearby, then that guy will not leave and you might have to fight him. But if you plan your things well enough, you just click on the rupture and poof, the rupture goes, the guy goes, and you can move on to the next one. If it makes any sense. There we go. There we go. There we go. And we're done. Once you get the last one, you can no longer even get close to those ruptures. They kind of repel you, which is okay. And again, there's a few collections, investigations, and all the other shuns that you want in here. So let's complete our little mission. There we go. That seems to be all we got. So let's see our friend quickly and sell the junk we've gathered. And let's repair, of course, always repair. No reason not to. So I think that will be it for today. So we did good. We went from tier 2 to tier 3 pretty much in one go. So the next time we'll probably do those Central City missions again, because they're fairly simple to do, as you saw, and they're good marks. And I'll probably try and show you the other missions which I pretty much hate to do and never do. But for this one time, I'll make an exception and I'll do those missions for you guys. And also, next time, what else will we do? So next time we'll probably start doing some tier 3 solos. Although no, we'll probably do Gotham University again. As you saw, you get good loot from that, good rewards from that mission. Oh, and we didn't do Gotham Sewer. Well, I'll probably start with Gotham Sewer then. Although I'll probably redo Gotham University and even the subway. The University one is good to get essentially gear for your character. The subway one usually gives you a chance to get a weapon. Like I don't know if you remember, we got 2 or 3 weapons out of that mission. Although it was the wrong weapon each time, we still got 2 or 3 of those weapons. So that's the mission you want to repeat over and over again, hoping to get the weapon you need. And we did the flashback mission. Well, we could probably do it again. As you saw, we got some nice gear from it, and we could start doing the Gotham Hospital and the Riverfront Center, the Riverfront Center and the Riverside Hotel. These should give a bit of rewards, so we'll see. Although in these, the really good one is the Shady Nightclub. This one gives really good rewards, and also as you can see, we can also do the Gotham Subway in duo mode. So these two will help us gear up quite a bit. So And for the solo, we'll get a bit of gear, but we don't get as much as some of the other missions for some reason. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We could, I guess, start trying to do 8-player missions. I'm hesitant about that because essentially the if you don't overgear the mission, you're going to get creamed. If you end up in a bad group, you're gonna have to carry the whole group on your shoulders. And if you're undergeared, you won't be able to do that. Or if you're able to do that, it's going to be so much more difficult. So the more people you have in your group, and the more you have to almost overgear the content in order to make sure that you're going to be able to succeed. Of course, if you end up in a mission with I don't know 5 guys that are 130, well, sure you will breeze through it. But if you end up with 7 other guys who are like level 50, and some of those aren't very good, holy crap! It a mission can turn into a nightmare pretty quick when that happens. But so we'll see. Because essentially that's why I usually stick to doing solo content mostly. Uh, but I can do 2-player, 4-player, and 8-player content, no problem. But the problem is that it sometimes it requires a lot more patience than when you're doing solo content. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. So thanks for watching, guys, and listening, and hopefully I'll see you guys maybe next time. If you ever want to see this video, will be on YouTube, and that's it. Bye bye.